Hey, hello, everyone. Good afternoon, and welcome to the LizyT show. I don't need my glasses right now. How are you this Saturday and Saturday noon? We're here today with an amazing show as always. Right? How can I disappoint my viewers? And my goodness, it is well for some of us. Tomorrow is I try to get a little bit of a decoration here of some hearts. Tomorrow is Valentine's Day. So I hope that you are preparing a very romantic acquainted with your wife or your husband or your boyfriend or your girlfriend. So we are really excited to be able to celebrate Valentine's. Well, I wanted to call it love, right? Love Day, uh, because it is special. So I hope you enjoyed. I know that the stores right now are crazy. People buying chocolates and flowers, and having that special time. Because of a lockdown, unfortunately, a lot of people are not able to dine out. So takeout, I think, is going to be crazy this weekend. And my goodness, I'm hoping that you are able to get that special dinner. Maybe you could do it yourself. That's a good a way of doing it, right? Maybe you could surprise your wife or your husband and do that special dinner. It is Saturday today. However, in Australia right now, where our guest is from, is Sunday, and it's 3 o'clock in the morning, and that really hurts me because, my goodness, it's too late. It's too early. It's too early, and I know that she said it was okay, but I feel maybe I should have pushed this a little farther. But she has other commitment, as you can see by the bio on social media, Facebook, Instagram. By the way, guys, we are live all over social. Facebook, our Facebook fan page, Periscope. We are also live, and we are all on a YouTube channel. And obviously, this is going to be on our Instagram as well, because we've been doing a lot of advertisement there, and all social, all on my website, all social. So hopefully you can join us. I had the honor and privilege to meet this amazing girl, this blessed, not only she's an amazing person, amazing lady, but she's also a servant of our living God. She's a Christian, and I met her about 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken, on Woman on Fire. Thanks so much, Allison. She was performing live, and how it's interesting how our Lord works, because I had interviewed her on the radio, on my podcast, on the Blog Talk Radio, about 2 years previously. So basically, this lady has known me, or I've known her since pretty much since I've started doing this. And here we are again. She has a brand new solo, a brand new single, rather, and she is performing. For some of you who read the bio in on our social, she is one of the winners of, she contestant rather, for Australian Got Talent, and she has gone through so much in her life. She's gone through so much incredible trials, but here she is, not only stronger for herself, for her fans, but also for herself and for the praise of God. So I'm very honored. We just had her here. I'm not sure what happened. Hopefully she will be back. Our show right now is being sponsored, by the way, by the summit, which I will be attending on February the 21st and 21st. So our show right now is being sponsored by the summit. This is the Global Pandemic Summit, which will take again place next weekend already. My goodness. I'm going to be one of the speakers. And so you need to get your ticket. It's absolutely free. We will be donating funds to the mental health, Canadian mental health. And so take a look. And right after our sponsor promotion video, we will be with Tarisai, as you can see on the screen. I'll be right back, everyone. And as you can see, everyone, this is her Instagram page from Tarisai. It is beautiful. She has been on the news. You can see here her post from the news. Vushe racing Zing Flame High. Incredible. Congratulations, Tarisai. And her Instagram page is just breathtaking. I want to make sure that you do subscribe to her page. Unbelievable good pictures. Very photogenic. And I am so honored to have her here with us today. By the way, the chats are open on all the social, and if you would like to interact with us, ask question. I know for us is midday 10, but for Australia is only 3 o'clock in the morning. And but she is originally from Africa, so hopefully we'll get some interaction from Africa as well. So without further ado, everyone, let's welcome her to the show. Hello, beautiful. Hi, welcome, welcome. How are you doing to this
Thank
morning
you.
for you?
I'm good. I'm really, really well. You know what happened? I slept in the afternoon yesterday. So pretty much I actually stayed indoors. I don't think I went out last yesterday and last night at all. I was just at
Yes,
home working on my assignments. So I didn't
right.
I didn't go out at all. Yeah, and I slept during the day and then I think and then I slept for a few hours. So I'm up and I'm ready to go.
You're ready to go. You're ready to do this. That's good that you managed to get a little bit of a snooze before your day, because you are also going to be going to church right now. To you're part of the choir, so your day is going to be very, very long. And I'm hoping and praying
Yeah.
that you can sustain all the things that are going I'm going to go throughout your day. So Teresa, for people that don't know you, in my circle, which I think a lot of people do, because we've had you a couple of times, obviously, the interview on YouTube. When I've had the privilege of meeting you on Woman on Fire, when you got to perform, I got to see you in live. So can you give us a little bit of background for people that are just getting to know you today for the very first time? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, hi. Okay. Well, this is the hardest part. So, basically, I'm originally from Zimbabwe, um, Australian, Australian-based musician. Uh, I'm a Christian singer, and well known for doing the Lion King Disney. Um, and my earlier days when I was a bit young, 20s, I did Australian Idol top five. So I've done a few things. I've done a few films, TV series, and everything. And yeah, this is just me. So I'm a singer, God lover, Jesus fan, and writer, and a music theater artist as well, performer.
Awesome, awesome. So you can see, everyone, that she is just not just anyone. She has, a lot of background, a lot of repertoire. But one of the things that I love that she says that is most important to her is that she is a Christian and a Jesus lover. And for us to say that in public television or even on YouTube is very, very strong, and also very courageous. And I love it because she is not ashamed of the Lord, and she tells us how it is. And I'm hoping that you can appreciate that. For anything, if you just came to this channel and you probably are wondering, who is Tarisai? What's all about? Is this a Christian channel? No, it isn't. But we are talking about what she loves to do the most, which is singing, and she sings gospel songs. Well, she didn't started doing that. I think your background when you started into music, it was Christian, it was gospel, and then when you did the Australian Got Talent, then you went into more
I
how can
was
I say
secular.
it?
Yeah,
Yes,
I was
yes.
pretty much secular throughout. Everything was when I started, well, I had a church background when I was
Mm-hmm.
still in Zimbabwe. And then when we relocated, migrated when I was 14, which was in 2001, it was all secular music up until 2017. That was my first Christian album. So I'm not old. I'm not very old into Christian music. About 3, 4 years old, really, truly.
Yeah, yeah. No, I know that your background, I mean, you're probably on your mid 20s, early 30s, and so that tells you that you have lots to go, and lots to share with us, and lots to share with the world. And I love that you use gospel Christian music to be able to reach others, because first of all, I know that you love to sing. Is your thing. Singing is your love. Singing is everything for you, and for you to be able to continue to do that, and using the message, the good news message, we're talking about the gospel, you would able to reach others through your music. That's perfect scenario for us Christians, and I'm able to use my platform here in the LizyT show to also reach others as well. So I'm looking, Tara said, I'm looking at your Instagram account, which is incredible, beautiful pictures. You have, my goodness, you're very photogenic. But one thing that
Thank
definitely
you.
brought my attention is this article that you just posted on your Instagram account. Can you tell us a little bit about this and how important, how surprised, how uh, incredibly privileged you felt that a whole article and I assume this is in the newspaper of Australia or Africa?
This is in Zimbabwe, my home country. Um, I'm really grateful for the support that or the recognition that I'm getting. Well, given that we are in the lockdown back there, and we're not in lockdown here, but I'm really grateful that they're so supportive because Australia is in another some corner part of the world, and Africa is another continent which is there, but they recognize the talent that's happening of their own people that are abroad. So we've got a lot of artists. We've got a lot of Zimbabwean artists, actresses, and singers that are living abroad. Some are in the United States, mostly some are in England as well. Mostly some are in England, and just two, I'll say two main ones are in Australia. And but they're really supportive. So they basically, if something new is happening, they quickly hear about it, and they're really supportive and want to know more about you, and want to, to be supportive from the other side of the world, which I'm really grateful for.
Good for you, Tarisai. It's so incredible, and congratulations. Good for you that you're able to be recognized. And again, that's another
Thank you.
venue. That's another uh, power a bridge for you to reach souls and for you to reach other people that probably don't know the Lord and don't know Jesus as their Lord and Savior. So that's another venue, that's another channel that you can use. We're all here to be used as a vase, and I think that you're doing a great job for you to be able to reach others. So you have come up, you have something amazing to tell the world right now. You just launched a single or LP. Can you tell us a little bit? I know you've been working really, really hard. I remember when I met you a couple of years ago, there was a lot of projects going. You were doing the theater, you were doing Lion King, but you have something special to tell us. So can you share with the world?
Yes, I'm releasing a new single um on the 26th of February. I've had to push it. I pushed it back because we were just finishing the final touches of doing the film clip for it, and it was really, really good. I loved it. And then in the midst of that, I said, okay, there's certain things I want to add that we had left, so I pushed it back. So I'm really excited about this song. The song was partially written in Nigeria as well, with one of my friends. So we co-wrote the song together. It's called Mighty God, and I really liked it. I just I why I took it onto my EP was because it was something that was different, being written by two people from different cultures. And here it is, it's coming out very soon. And I'm really excited. I'm excited about the film clip. I'm excited about how I got to meet new people when I was working on this song. I think out of all the songs that are on my EP, this song was the one with a huge team. And I'm not sure, is it because maybe it was the first single that was being released and we took quite a bit of time to record it. It wasn't a 1 day thing. It wasn't a 2 day thing of recording the song itself. And I recorded the song while I was in lockdown. So this was last year. And some of the BVs were done by some of my friends from Zimbabwe, and they're really amazing. And the producer is also from Tanzania as well. So it's like people from different nations all did this music, and it was mastered by an Australian. It was mixed by a Sri Lankan Australian. So it's like people all came together to from different nations to just do this one project. And the amazing thing is, these are relationships that have been formed that will pretty much last forever. So I'm really grateful for the people I've met and I've been working with, especially towards this project. So that's what excites me, the fact that it was written from Nigeria and Australia. It's two different nations that are, really further apart, and they are together. And I'm really in love with the song. And I remember when I was listening to the song, for me, it sounded very African. And then I had a listening session with one of my little friends' sisters. I said, Tessa, that doesn't even sound really African. It's still really contemporary R&B. And I said, what are you talking about? What are you saying? And she's like, yes, it is. So I was really shocked, and I was like, oh well, I thought it was like more on the African side, but said nah, it still really sounds contemporary R&B. And I was like, but the song was written, half of it was written in Nigeria and half of it was written in Australia. So I can't wait for people to listen to it and have a feel on where exactly it sits, because I'm still curious about the sound. I'm really still curious about the sound, and obviously I'm not very good at like list. I'm good at with sounds, but picking up what it sounds like, I have to ask somebody and say, "Oh, okay, this is my piece. What do you think about it?" And someone will be like, "Oh, it sounds like this. It sounds like that." So yeah, that's what Mighty God is about, and it's a beautiful piece for me. It's really beautiful. It's more about the connection of the people that I met, because it was a huge team, about 11 people that worked on just one song.
I love to say that how you are grateful for two nations coming together, and I love the fact that you acknowledge and you're thankful, because one of the things that I kind of despise and don't appreciate when people don't give the thanks that they're deserved, because it's not just you, and that to put anything together, even here on my home studio, just the lights and the mics and the video, rely on somebody else to be able to help me, and I'm thankful, Johnny. But you have to give the praises where it belongs, and I'm glad that you're saying that in one song, 11 people had to come together from different nations, Africa and Australia, and that's beautiful. That's beautiful, because when this is released, a lot of people are going to be saying, I worked on that song. It's number one. It's reaching people. It's talking to people. Has this kind of genre or that kind of genre. So you feel that the whole group, the whole 11 people that work towards this, they're getting rewarded in the sense that people are loving it and the views. So did you also work on a video, not just the song? Because I've watched your videos; they're just incredible. Right now, as you can see on our screen, there's one video, one of my favorite songs, which is called "Set Me Free." And as you can see, the work that has been put to do all the videos for Tarisai are just so professional, so well done, so incredible. You could tell there's a lot of work. They're not easy. Very a lot of, like I said, a lot of work. So, is there a video coming with this song that you are also that you're releasing on 26th of February?
Yes, there is a video. There is a video. I went into to the studio to watch it. When was this? Today's today's a Sunday. I think I went on Thursday or on Wednesday to watch back um, some of the stuff that was there, and I went to watch it, and it was phenomenal. It was beautiful. So because we shot it over days, it was shot over days, and I remember. the team that's working on that video, they said, "Oh, no one really, not many artists have the privilege to come into our big studio to see what we're working on them about it." And I was like, "Oh, but I want you to change this. I want you to change this. I want you to change this." And I just went there so excited. I'm like, "No, I don't like this dress. I don't like this dress." And the funny thing is of how I was calling my mom and asking her, and I was like, "Hey, what do you think about this dress?" And she's like, "Nah, maybe this one, maybe this one, maybe this one." So it's really exciting. We did a video with it, and it's coming up the same day. The lyric video and the song is out on iTunes and other major online stores. So they're being launched together, and I'm really excited about it because it's taken me so long to. I've taken a long time to release something solo. Last year I released a single with I collaborated with an artist called Luwunda Raj. He's from Congo, and we did something together. I think it was around March during lockdown. So this time, this is just a solo, and it had been a long time, and people were waiting, and they kept asking, "When is it coming? When is it coming? When is it coming?" So I took time. I took a long time to get into the studio and to put something out, and I'm still going on writing, and I feel that my EP this time is very versatile. There's it's Christian genre, but the versatility of the sounds of the songs are different. There's a classical piece in it too, an opera piece in it too. So it's different. And this time, I think it's because I'm in between cultures. I'm from Zimbabwe, and and I'm always going home all the time. I interact with Zimbabweans a lot. Um, Most of my friends are based there. I'm in Australia. I interact with people from the US. I interact with people from Canada. Hello, you're there. So I was like, wow, each and every person or each and every type of audience has got something they like from me. Some people love theater, some people love the gospel scene, and some people love the African feel. So I had to cater for each and every type of audience that I'm attracting. So I did the EP based on that. So it's not like it's all over the place. It's just got different styles in one. Each and every song has got some uniqueness in it, something unique about it. So that's what I love. So that's hard because you it's like you're working on different parts. And when you're working with producers, some producers are versatile and some producers are specific. They specialize in one genre or one style. So you have to literally work and accommodate a lot of people, and that takes time. It takes a long time. So yeah, here I am, but it's there now, and it was a long road, especially during the lockdown. And I would see other people releasing stuff during the lockdown, and I'll be like, "Oh, you guys are so blessed. You're so lucky. You get to release something." But I'm really thankful. I was working, but I was a little bit um taking my time. I really took time, and I would even question myself and say, "Wow, this time that I'm taking, should I, try to fast forward a little bit more?" Because in my inbox, "When are you coming out? When are you releasing? When are you coming out?" People are so excited. So finally, I'm really, really happy that I'm giving them something 2021, and I'm really grateful.
And you know what? God is wise. The time that you needed it to prepare to get everything perfect, and we know that's never going to be 100% perfect, but the time that you needed it to be ready for the release, that's the time that the Lord gave you, and that's what it is. And I think that you are
Yeah,
ready now, and you are definitely able to show your product a lot more happier, a lot more satisfied, a lot more fulfill than something that you just throw it out there. So for as like you said, you have people that love love your gospel, people that love your acting, and so you gotta please everyone. Will never please everyone, but you gotta try. And I know that you are that person, that you're very such a perfectionist that you love to please everyone. We know that that's going to be impossible because not everybody likes Tarisai, or not everybody likes Lizzie, but you feel good knowing that you've done an excellent job. I'm so happy that Australia is not going through the restriction that here in Canada and Europe and Africa and places in South America. I hear Australia and a couple of other countries in the world, if I'm not mistaken, um, um, in Europe, there's a couple of places, or New Zealand, anyhow, that they're not going through the restrictions that we're going through. We just came out of total lockdown, so you're still able to go to church, you're still able to perform, and obviously worked on the time that you had your lockdown. You were able to work. So, are you able right now in Australia, in the city that you are, able to perform and do shows or do performance?
Yeah, I just had one on Wednesday for an organization in the city, and so I'm still able to, but there's a lot of social distancing and restrictions. So the audience, the num for from what I remember, the number of audience was limited on Wednesday. Um, in terms of musicals, I'm not doing a musical currently, but it has really affected musicals. They're performing. I know for one of the Magic Mike musical, one of my friends is in it, Josh Williams, and he's saying that they had to put out tables as if they're like in a cafe, and round tables like for families that are coming to watch the show because of the restrictions, and he felt that it was more up close and personal because it's like it's not a stage, how it is a stage, like it's like you're it's like a cabaret type of thing. So it's working out. It's pretty much like we have no choice because it is what it is. We're lucky that we can even, you know, go ahead and have shows. I had a show on Australia Day, the 26th of January in in Maryland's 30 minutes away from here.
Yes, definitely. You're one of the few, especially in the place of that you are, because I've been talking to many musicians around the world, and one of the things that they're very, very upset and very down about is not be able to perform, even if it's in a place where there is social distance. There is no such a thing. I was speaking to musicians in Brazil, and they're dying because they wanted to be able to play. They have launched, they worked really hard and launched um, their their launch their um, there we go. I think we just added you back to the screen.
Can you see me? Sorry, guys.
That's okay. We're all good. We're all good. This is all about live shows, not to worry. And so,
Oh my
yeah, so you
goodness.
should be very blessed that you're able to perform, because a lot of artists around the world, unfortunately, they're not having that same blessing.
No.
So that's incredible. One of the things that I wanted to ask you, Tara Said, is that you're not only on a choir, you're launching, you're performing, and I see that your faith is stronger and stronger when it comes down to your spiritual life, being closer to the Lord. What is your end goal when it comes down to your profession? Do you see yourself bringing your music completely, totally gospel, to be able to, you know, go to mission trips? I don't know. I mean, things that have crossed as a believer, things that have crossed through my mind, if I can utilize my show, my venue to reach others, if that's what the Lord wants me to do, amen to that. We know we can't be naive thinking that what's going on in the world is not part of the Lord's plan. I mean, we know that the word said that there is not a hair from our head, a leaf from the tree that doesn't fall if it's not God's will, and we know that that's for a fact. We are living the last time. There's so many people still need to be reached, and be taught that, hey, get right with God, because we are living the last time. And even if that doesn't happen, I hear a lot of people saying, I hear you Christians saying that Jesus is coming back for the last century, whatever, many years, but 10 out of 10 people die. One of the things that is going to happen to all of us, we are going to die. So then what? And that's a question, might want to think about it. But for your career, what are you thinking of bring where you think you're gonna go?
I see myself really after this COVID thing settles. m- I'm going to travel a lot. I feel like I am going to travel a lot ministering because that's what I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to work in charity, a lot of charity, particularly child abuse. I would love to work on, children. I'm very passionate about children when it comes to abuse and for young children. And there's a bit of a little hole back in Africa when it comes to child abuse. I mean, they are protected, but I feel like we still need to do more work. Like, I have this burden concerning children and helping out children in that area. So definitely mission trips will be around, a lot of touring. I'm supposed to be touring, but then because of the COVID, most of my tours were based in Asia. And and as we know, the coronavirus mainly started, the route was in Asia, so that's already been affected. So we can't wait until things settle down. And at the moment, it's for me, I don't know when, but it seems a little bit confusing that when things are going to settle down and what's happening. I haven't really kept track about vaccines or anything like that, or when they're coming out, or when they think we are able to travel, or when borders open, because pretty much we're locked here. We're not allowed to travel. So basically, if you apply for an exemption, it would just come back, nope. So as much as you're locked out, it's not easy to plan. Okay, I want to go this place. When am I gonna be able to go? It's not easy when, because we keep saying things will come up. Oh yeah, I think this will be fine, and then restrictions come again. I mean, Australia is very strict. They've really contained this. That's why we've done so well. I know in Perth, someone from the UK came and they were infected, and they full on went on lockdown for 2 days and controlled it just after one person. So they're really, really strict about it, really, really strict. So, and that's why they've really tried to contain it. So I'm pretty sure each and every country is also strict as well. All the countries are strict in looking after their citizens and being very strict. So which makes the traveling very difficult, or to plan anything, because where you guys are, you're not. I'm pretty sure you're not gathering that much as well. Everything is just restricted. I don't know. My friend was asking me to visit Queensland on holiday, and I was like, girl, I'm even scared to get on a plane right now, even if I can mask. Just 30 minutes on a flight, just the thought of it, like, I'm not really comfortable about that right now. So when everything settles, I think we'll have more direction
Yes.
of how to plan a tour and what's going on, because everything right
Hmm.
now is just something else.
Yes.
I feel it's all over the place, for the world and
Absolutely.
everything. Yeah.
It's pretty much the same as Canada. We're not allow. I mean, there are some exceptions, obviously. If a family member overseas is sick and you need to see them because they're dying, then the government will make an exception. However, when you have to come back, you have to not only stay at the airport at your expense at our hotel there, and the test is at your
Yeah.
expense. So there is quite a bit of restriction here as well. They prefer for you not to leave the country, and if you have to come, only if you are a if you have to come back to the country, only if you are a Canadian. One of the things that I love what you said is you want to be able to have mission trips to help children. I am so adamant and so supportive. I do support two organizations in Canada. Is called Aurora Freedom, which is a organization that helps uh, boys and little girls for sex trafficking, which is incredible that at this stage in North America that's still happening. And obviously, we can't
Mhm.
be naive thinking that that's not happening, but it is.
Yeah.
So this
Yeah.
organization helps kids and boys and girls to be able to get them out of that situation and give
Mhm.
them rehab them. So I think that that's incredible that you and I are on the same term and you want to be able to help. I can as you I can travel to places because there were tours that you were able to go with a group and take those childrens out of that, which I'm not sure if I can honestly handle doing that. But I even thought about mission trips is huge. Also, we've been reading and getting some feedback from China, which Christianity is growing in a huge way.
Yeah.
A lot of Chinese brothers and sister, they're reaching out, and because of being China the way it is, you're not allowed, so they're going through so much struggle, but they're very persistent. Here in Canada, there is also an organization that collects $5 to get them Bible. A pastor was telling their experience that it took a person through praying in China 3 years to get a Bible, and I'm like
Yeah.
bombarded with Bibles, and I'm thinking, and I don't read it enough as I should. I'm honest, and this sister was praying for 3 years to be able to get a Bible, and they got the Bible to her. So, I mean, work is there. We know the labor
Sure.
is
Yeah.
far and we need laborers, so I'm so happy that you're taking that as well. And sometimes because of traveling, because of restriction, we can't do a lot, but our prayer and even our funds can go a long way. So, and your music, obviously, Tarisai, your music can go a long way. So good for you, and praise the Lord for you taking that initiative and sharing that what you love the most, which is your heart, your music, and your prayers. So that's very commendable and good for you. I appreciate you, and I pray for you because every time I remember you, I have you on my prayers. So continue the good work. So, and one of the things that I wanted to ask you, what got you interested in having helping the children? Is that things that you've seen back home, personal experience?
Um. Look. I feel like I've had a lot of friends that are orphans. A lot of I've heard a lot of stories. Some of my friends that have lived with stepmothers, and I see a few stories, a lot of stories in Africa really, where children are not treated well. I mean, there's baby dumping as well. It's There's a lot. Like I know of a kid, a baby. He must be about 3 years old now, and the baby was dumped and rescued and taken to the hospital. He was newborn, and they never found the mom. And he stayed in the hospital, like in one of the big hospitals, and stayed there for a few days, the nurses were saying, "Oh, you know what? You should stay here for a few days until we find the mother." And the police couldn't find the mother. They couldn't locate the mother. And the baby, "Oh yeah, we'll stay here for a week." 2 weeks turned into a month turned into months, and months turned into a year. And up until now, the baby is still living like on the hospital itself. And the baby has been raised by nurses. The baby has been raised by nurses. They didn't take the child to the children's home, and I think because since they took him in their arms, from the first day they found him, he was given to them. They all just fell in love with him, and he's been on that hospital for as far as I think 3 years old, and he's been raised by nurses. So it's a very touching story when when you listen to that, because it's all these things that probably it was a young mother that was going through something and thought they couldn't look after the child, or although we don't know where the mother is. And baby dumping is pretty much common as well. And these are all babies that need to be rescued, and they need love, they need care. And it's not just about having a children's home around, it's about having, if you have a home, you are supposed to be a caring mother to them. And whoever you employ to look after the children has to have a different heart and cannot afford to abuse those children. Let's take, for example, the was it a boarding school that Oprah Winfrey had, or was it a children's home? I don't remember, in South Africa, where the children were being abused. And I'll be very honest, I was a bit offended by them abusing the children that were there, the employees, because you're given a responsibility, and the mother herself is far away. She's all the way in the United States. She's a, a big woman, powerful woman, one of the most powerful women in the world. So she's very busy, and she's given you a responsibility to look after children, to look after these girls. And then you start abusing those girls. They're helpless. They don't know. They pretty much, they're innocent. Kids don't know anything about life, and they're basically relying on us adults to look after them. And then you find someone is abusing a child. So that really gets to me. I'm really passionate when it comes to children. So to me, it's not just about having a home, or it's about people having that motherly love, that maternal instincts being really, really active, and taking that child as your own. Because to me, every baby is the same in this world. Every baby, a baby is a baby, whether it's a kitten or whether it's a puppy, except for snakes, really. I'll be very honest. I really don't like those animals. No offense. But a baby to me is a baby. So you gotta have active maternal instincts. If you're a normal woman, your maternal instincts have to be active. And
Yes.
this was encouraging me. My mom, sorry. So my mom has encouraged me, because she registered her charity called Ninyasha, and she's encouraged me into that. So we're working ourselves up with that. We currently sponsor children's homes, like with clothing and things like that. Other people, children's homes back home. So we've been doing a lot of underground work, and it's been a blessing. It's opened so many doors as well. Um, and God has been faithful. I mean, if you really want doors to be open, children are something else. There's something else, because like as the word of God says, let the children come to you. And Jesus was getting the children to come to them, which means they have a heart, because their hearts are pretty much pure. So they open many, many doors. And it's another secret of blessings. And the fruits, watching other children happy, is something else, and their happiness and safety.
Well, I'm very I have even more respect for you, Teresa, knowing that you are helping your mother with this nonprofit organization to help children that have been abandoned and dumped in garbage dump. And I've heard this, and unfortunately, this is not news for me. I've seen it in Africa. I've seen it in Philippines is huge as well. There is a pastor that came to our church and talked about that,
Wow.
how many children he has taken out of the garbage dump in garbage bags and barely clinging to life, but they're there. He opened up an orphanage in the Philippines where nothing but garbage grows in there, and that's what they do. So I am so supportive, and please send me your the name of your organization for us to be able to share throughout social. And guys, sometimes we think, oh, I can't help, I'm not rich enough. You don't have to be rich. Your prayers, your your dedication, your sharing, sometimes just for us, we go to a very expensive, I'm not going to name the name of the coffee place, and we pay $5, $6. I'm not asking you to give that coffee up every day, maybe once a month, and help an organization like
Yeah.
Tarisai, like many other out there that need. And children, again, is not our future, is our present. And right now, with COVID, with the restriction, with the pandemic, they're the ones, teenagers, they're the ones are suffering the most. So think about that. And we're here in North America, even in Australia, we're pretty privileged compared to many other things that are happening around the world. So I think, if anything, if you didn't like anything on this interview, just that little thought, of put that little thought in your mind. And we talked about music, we talked about Teresa, and we talked about a nonprofit organization that I had no idea that Teresa is working with her mother. So that's pretty incredible. More respect to you, Teresa. I know that you are, it's almost
Thank
4 o'clock. I feel so bad, Teresa. It's almost 4 o'clock for you in the morning in Australia. This has been such a, again, every time we meet is heartfelt. It's so genuine. I love you as a sister, as an
I love it
artist, and
too.
I pray for you, and I pray for you for your mission, for your ministry, because God has put a very important ministry in your hands, and you might not know the whole impact that you have right now, and but I think you're starting to realize that you have a lot of work in your hands, and God gives you what you can handle. So I think, I believe in that, and I pray for that. And if there is anything I can help you to continue your work through your music or through your nonprofit organization, I'm here for you. I want to share it with the world.
Thank you.
And I think you're doing amazing. Continue the good work,
Thank
and may
you.
God bless you. Any last word, my friend?
I really want to thank everybody. Thank you so much, Lizzie, for your support throughout. I've known you for the last, let's say, is it 3 years or so? And I really
Yeah.
am grateful for you. It's such a small, beautiful world. And the Women on Fire, I really want to thank them for their support and what they continue to do. I really want to thank people from your side for their continuous support throughout. And I really want to thank everybody for continuously supporting me. And together, we're in this. We are in this. We're
Hmm.
all one. We're united from different parts of the world, but we're all one at the end of the day, and we've got one mission. And
Hmm.
as the world is coming to an end, I think what we need to focus on is love, kindness, and peace. Gone are the days where we having all these fights, there's wars fighting for oils, the Taliban's, da 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 da
Hmm.
da. And what we need to focus on is love. What we need to focus on is bringing music that is positive, that is happy, and
Hmm.
peace in people's souls. And I think we've all learned something um, during this pandemic. I'll be honest, last year and up until last week for me was very scary. Um,
Mhm.
we saw a lot of people, loved ones, going, dying. And it really
Mhm.
opened our eyes because some people were very close to us, and you couldn't believe it that 1 minute
Mhm.
they're breathing 3 hours ago, and 1 minute they're
Mhm.
gone. And it really
Yep.
opened my heart and my eyes to say, everything on this earth is vanity. Make the most out of it. If you have someone you
Mhm.
have problems with, go and sort it out, and love each other, and
Mhm.
just let loose and be happy, be free,
Mhm.
because you never know when your time is up. It's only God that pretty much knows. And I've
Mhm.
realized that, guys, honestly, God's got the whole world in his hands. We might even ask, oh yeah, but if God was there, why is there the COVID?
Mhm.
Why is COVID here? And he's the only one that has the answer, because there are times where I would hear all these stories that, I was nearly gone, but I'm back. And it's like death was like right next door. Like, from what I was seeing with people going through, it was so easy. So it woke me up a lot. It really shook me
Yes.
and woke me up a lot that, everything else is vanity. And we might rock up designers and shoes. Some of us have endless shoes in our wardrobes, clothes too many. But at the end of the day, it's about leaving a legacy that your children, one day, you want to hear that, my grandmother was like this, or my mother was like this. And what will God say about you? What did you do for him? What good thing did you do for someone, for your neighbor? And your neighbor doesn't have to have a white skin tone or a black skin tone, doesn't have to be coffee brown, doesn't have to be pink, doesn't have to be green, doesn't have to be blue. Everybody is the same. So gone are the days where there was racism and all these fights and things like that. It's time to wake up. And because this disease struck everybody. I mean, if it went to the Queen, it went to Prince Charles, and he couldn't even help himself too. He had to isolate. It wasn't about whether you're president or you're lawyer or you're a singer. He went after everybody. The only thing that I know that were not attacked in this whole thing, dogs and the rest of the animals pretty much survived. But as for human beings, everybody was on the same line, like in the same line. And this thing just came like smoke, and it just went everywhere. So that's a wake up call for everybody. And I think we have a lot of things to do, and we have a lot of love to give out there. So that's all I can say, guys. And
Well,
can I say
well
good
put, my
morning
dear.
or good night?
Good morning for you and good afternoon for us. Tarisai, again,
Yes,
it's
that's
been an
it.
honor, a pleasure, and you're such a beautiful lady, and inside and out, and you're such an amazing sister. I love you so much, and thank you for being here, sharing
Thank
so much with us.
I love
We
you.
talked about everything, and we touch everything. So support her right on the screen, guys. You could see the Instagram. So you're on pretty active on Instagram, your
Yeah,
YouTube
very.
channel. Where else are you?
I'm on Facebook, same name, Tarisai Vushe. I've got two accounts because they're too full already. So I'm very active. I always respond. I always say hi. Always active almost every minute. So I'm there. Follow me, guys.
Okay,
Follow me and get to know me. More updates.
awesome. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful morning. And I know you need to get ready for church. Well, early morning prayers. I mean, you're forced now. Okay, sweetheart.
Yes.
Have a good day. Talk to you soon.
You
Bye
too.
bye.
Much love. Kisses. Bye, Mama.
Wow. She is an incredible artist. That was Tarisai, and what an honor to have her here. Yeah, we've known pretty much each other for about 3 years. We never met never lost touch. And great ministry, great lady, great singer, great actor. And most of all, I mean, she has a mission, and I'm so happy that I was able to help her out and partake of it. And I hope you enjoy it. So we will be back soon with another guest, another show. Thank you so much. Our sponsor, which is GPS, the Global Pandemic Summit, which is happening next weekend. Thank you so much, Jack, for sponsoring my show. And I want to see you on the pandemic. I'm going to be there 1 o'clock, pretty much a week from now, telling my story and hopefully inspiring you to follow your dream. Bye.